What's up, guys? Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I just want to get on here real quick and talk about this video before you watch it. Obviously, you saw the thumbnail. I'm still here. I did not get arrested, thankfully. But I did make a mistake, and I made a mistake that I think anybody could make, and it's super easy to make. I let my license expire and just didn't even think about it, didn't notice it, had it on auto renew, and it expired, and I didn't catch it being on auto renew, and I killed a buck during that time, and I got a call from the DNR saying, hey, killed a buck without a license, yada, yada. So total mistake, total accident, but just want to get on here and say, hey, the DNR handled this situation incredibly good. I could not have asked for a better outcome as far as the way the situation was handled. They were super nice, super very, very laid back about the situation, and we were able to sit back and have some good conversations with them. And I'm just thankful for the way the DNR handles things and for the way that they handled this. And, I don't want this video to be taken with any type of, outlook that we're trying to throw shade at the DNR or we're not happy with the way the DNR does things around here. I'm very, very happy with them. I've had multiple encounters with the DNR throughout my hunting career, and I've never had a problem with them, never had a negative encounter, always been super great people and super easy to deal with. So just wanted to throw that out there before you watch the video, but here's the story on what happened. All right, guys, so this is not a great day. Got a situation going on that honestly didn't think would become an issue, but it did, and I should have done a better job of just getting ahead of it, but I just kind of thought it wasn't a big deal, and well, apparently it was. So last week I was in Alabama hunting, and November 29th of this year I killed this buck and checked it in, did everything right, did everything normal, didn't think anything about it, did my normal process of breaking the deer down in the woods, toted it out, all that kind of stuff. Checked it in the day I killed it, everything normal, and let's see, a few days later on December the 4th I was going to hunt a bonus hunt, and I logged into the DNR portal to check into the WMA, and I noticed that my license had expired. And I've had my license on auto renew for the past 6 years, and it's never been a problem. Never, had an issue with it. It's always renewed when I needed it to, yada, yada. Well, my license did not renew because the card that I had on file expired. And so when that card expired, it expired last year after my license had renewed. And I never went back in and put another card on file just because I didn't think about it, whatever. Just things that you don't think about, things that you don't really ever think about until obviously something like this happens. So license expired on the 20th of November, which was like 9 days before I shot this deer. I shot this deer on the 29th. I didn't check my license anytime between those dates because I really wasn't hunting much, and I just didn't check it. And the email that I had on file in the DNR website was an old work email that I no longer have access to, so I wasn't getting any emails either that my license had expired. So totally my fault, something that I should have caught, but I didn't. Well, anyways, so the license expires, and I killed the deer, checked it in with no license, unknowingly to me that my license had expired. So after that happened, so on the 4th, after I noticed the license had expired, I was like, crap, I checked that deer in with no license. And I went on there immediately, bought my license, and just didn't really even think anything else about it. I was like, well, hopefully they'll see that I got my license again, and it was an accident, whatever. I should have called and said, hey, I accidentally checked this deer in with no license, but honestly I just didn't think about it. It was busy, it was my fault. I should have thought about it and done it, but I didn't. Well, I'm in Alabama last week hunting, and I get a phone call while I'm in the woods. And it was a number that I didn't recognize, so I didn't answer it. And I get a text right after the call went through, hey, this is the game warden, please give me a call. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I didn't know if it was Alabama or if it was Georgia, because my truck was parked up on a road on Alabama WMA, so I thought maybe I did something wrong up there or something. So I call him back, and she's like, hey, I'm in your driveway. I was like, okay, well, I'm not home. What's going on? And she was like, well, you killed a buck back in November. Do you know anything about that? And I was like, yeah, I know what buck you're talking about. I killed a buck in November on National Forest. And she's like, yeah, well, you killed it without a license. And I was like, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about because my license had expired for a few days and I didn't catch it. And I didn't catch it until after I checked this deer in or whatever. You know, I'm not home right now, but you can come back whenever. So she said, okay, I'll come back next Friday, which is today, and I'll meet you at your house. So I asked her if she could bring her supervisor so I could talk more about the situation with them and kind of get an idea of, you know, I've never had any type of record with the DNR, never had another ticket with the DNR, never had anything. So, like, why can't I get some sort of a break? I'll pay the fine, you know, whatever. It's my fault. I should have checked the license more. But give me a break. Don't take my deer. Because I was really excited about this deer to get him mounted. Like, he's just a really cool buck. Let's see here. This is actually going to be one of the ones Andrew is going to mount for one of his first deer, too, which is going to be really cool. But looks like they're going to probably not let that happen. I can get it open. Yeah, he was missing an eye, super old. I was really excited to get him aged and stuff too, but probably not going to happen now. I'm going to see if they will give me any kind of break whenever they get here, but I kind of doubt it because it was my mistake. You know, I should have been more on top of my license and checked them and all that kind of stuff. So this is all just a warning, just to say that if you go hunting, check your license every single time, or buy a lifetime license, because that's what I did now. Is I bought a lifetime license so I don't have to worry about this happening again. But before you even step foot in the woods every single time, check your license, make sure your auto renew is working, nothing's going on, that your license didn't expire or something like that, because mine expired and I didn't know it, and it was, by the time I shot a deer it was too late. So my argument is, hey, I checked the deer in with no license unknowingly. If I was trying to break the law, I wouldn't have checked the deer in the first place. But you know, we'll see what they say to that. It may be too late, may lose this guy, but it is what it is. I just wanted to make a little video to kind of get ahead of that and see how the DNR treats the situation. I've never had a negative interaction with the DNR, but this is the first time I've actually quote unquote broke the law. So I guess we'll see, you know, what they say about that. So
a simple, honest mistake that literally anybody could accidentally. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, it's literally nothing that I purposely did. I try to be by the book every time I go in the woods. Make sure I'm, you know, got my orange on, got all this stuff. I try to do everything right. You know, obviously, you know, everybody makes mistakes every once in a while, and the biggest thing is my email was not sending me emails because it was an old email address that I no longer had access to, that was my mistake. I should have went in there and updated my email after I lost access to that email. But, you know, it's kind of like whenever you get a new debit card and you got to go in and update all your auto pay things. It's really hard to remember, like, everything that you have on auto pay these days, and that's just one thing that I missed. I didn't think about my hunting license. So it is what it is at this point. It's a mistake I made. I'm going to have to pay the fine, whatever. I'm going to definitely probably go to court and try to fight it, just because I feel like, you know, I can prove that it was a 100% honest mistake. But, you know, I guess it is what it is. So
hopefully being transparent here, though, through this video saves somebody else.
Yeah, hopefully being transparent here. Like, honestly, I really struggle with wanting to make this video because I know it's going to get some backlash. You know, people are going to probably call me a poacher and all kind of stuff. But, like, I honestly know that I made a 100% honest mistake, and it was nothing that I meant to do illegally, and I wanted to try to save somebody else from this happening, because this could have been the biggest deer I ever killed in my life, and I'm about to lose it right here. You know what I mean? Like, that would have been really upsetting for me. But this one, you know, any deer sucks to lose, and I was really excited to get this one mounted, mostly because it was going to be one of Andrew's first mounts after he goes to taxidermy school, and it was going to be really cool, just, you know, something to have on my wall that Andrew did. But there's more bucks to be killed next year, so I'm tagged out with only one buck this year, I guess.
Unless they give you your tag back.
Yeah, unless they give me my tag back, which I doubt. It may take me to jail, and I may get never get a license again. So this may be actually an Andrew only channel after this. I may be in prison. Andrew may be raising my kid for me. So.
We'll turn it into a podcast from jail.
Yeah. It's one of those things that's like, if I was trying to do this illegally, I could have easily gotten away with it.
100%.
If I would have not checked this deer in, the DNR would have no clue I killed it. It's in the middle of freaking a backwoods national forest spot. Like, there's no way anybody would ever know I killed this deer. So if I was trying to do it illegally, I wouldn't have checked the deer in the first place, and I wouldn't have made a video about it, put it on our YouTube channel. Like,
I mean, you wouldn't be making this video.
Yeah, I wouldn't be making this video. So it's just one of those things that's like, honest mistake, lessons learned. I bought my lifetime license so it doesn't happen again, and just is what it is. So we'll see you later, pal.
Your heart beating a little bit?
A little bit. Hey.
Hey,
How
are
are
you
you?
Jonah?
Yes.
I'm Savannah.
Hey, sir, how are you? Hey, good.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
It's my buddy Andrew.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Just want to, real quick,
Catch Jones.
Yeah, man.
just to take the awkwardness out. We're just filming this because we want to try to help other people learn from this mistake. Because
No, that's fine.
obviously, it was
Your property perfectly legal.
it was a strange mistake that I made, and I want to help other hunters learn from this because it was
Okay.
just something that I didn't check my license like I should be. You know, like every time I go hunting, and let it expire, and then had an old email in there and just didn't catch it. So totally my fault. And here's the deer right here. So
All right.
It's caped out?
yeah, it's caped out.
Okay.
Yeah, super cool deer. Like real old, all tore up.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about that one. I think he's probably like 10 plus years old. He's getting into taxidermy. And,
Okay.
he's gonna,
Oh, he's gonna do it for you?
Yeah, he's gonna do
That's
it.
a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk to y'all about it and kind of see, like, I mean, obviously, I know it was my fault. Like, I should have caught it. I had a bad email in there that was an old work email I no longer had access to. And then it was the 20th when my license expired. And then I killed this on the 29th. And I obviously just didn't check my license between those dates, you know. So I checked it in on the 29th. Didn't even notice it until December the 4th when I went to check a bonus hunt.
Yeah.
So I checked into that, and then when I was going to check into that, I noticed my license showed expired. So I was like, crap. I know what that means. And then so what I should have done, obviously this is my mistake. I should have called y'all and said, hey, I accidentally checked the deer without a license, didn't
Yeah.
recognize it. And, you know, I
That's the best thing to do is just tell us instead of just waiting for
Yeah,
us to
yeah,
figure
yeah.
it out
So,
and come show
that's not
up.
really, you know, I wasn't trying to wait on y'all. I just figured maybe someone would see that I went and got my license again, and then, you know, whatever. So, and since this all happened, I went ahead and bought my lifetime license. So
I saw that, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
This is definitely something I don't want to happen again. You know, it was kind of a total freak mistake. So. Well, doesn't seem like I'm gonna be getting any kind of breaks, but
Well,
It is what it is.
Not to be expected.
yeah.
I asked him if they're
sucks.
staying busy. He said this same situation is like an everyday occurrence.
Really?
I do got good news though.
What?
I can't get the thumbnail.
Oh, you care?
Yeah.
He said that?
Yeah. He's like, just as a joke. I was like, I hope so.
Yeah, please.
Was he running those?
No, so this one, my buddy had on camera up there, and I went up there to hunt with him, and he had a much bigger deer on camera up there. And I was like, man, that's a really cool deer. Like, I'd love to kill that one. So I went and hunted about a half mile from where he had his camera, and had a smaller buck come in chasing a doe, and this one came in like behind me, and he was like sneaking in,
Yeah.
because he's blind. So he, you know, I think he just was trying to hear everything, and he was like tiptoeing in. It was a really cool hunt. And I shot him with 450 Bushmaster. So.
Told him that's the only reason he killed him. He walked up on his blind side and he couldn't see him.
Yeah. He's a cool deer, man. I really would like, is there any way, like, I know y'all are probably going to have to take him and stuff, but is there any way y'all can age him and, like, let me know? Age
Yeah.
is? He's frozen right now, so I don't know if we'll be able to get his jaw.
Yeah, I did. He'd have to thaw out. We typically, like this time of year, our freezer can get full
Yeah,
of deer.
yeah.
We may have to take it out.
Yeah.
Just store the rack separately.
Yeah.
And if I can get to his teeth, then I'll do
Okay,
that.
that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd just love to know what his age was, just because I have a feeling his teeth are like that tall and they're black. So I have a
Yeah.
feeling he's probably 7
Probably
months
so.
old.
Looking at
Yeah.
those antlers,
Yeah, he's
Well,
kind of got that
eyes,
shrinking
yeah.
rack. Yeah, and like
that's
you can
pretty
tell.
typical of mountain deer.
Oh yeah, they get old up there.
They'll get long. A lot of times heavy main beef.
Yeah.
They'll have short time.
Yeah, short little tines.
Yeah.
And both of his ears were
Heavy
just
racks.
totally like this one split all the way down to his skull, and this one still had like fresh blood in it where it was he had been fighting a lot. So he's definitely an old warrior.
Now, what happens with the deer?
Yeah, like
It would be, right now I can't even be in possession of it because he was killed illegally.
Yeah.
So it's confiscated. The law says we have to take nobody being in possession of it. It turns over, becomes property of the state.
Yeah.
If the judge,
So if I go to court and I say, hey, if I can prove in my case that it was a total mistake, right?
yeah,
Well, then can I get the deer back?
that would be up to the judge. Usually they do not.
Okay.
That's a lot of times that's part of the condition.
Yeah.
You just give up that.
It is the deer,
that animal,
yeah.
And we're using an INE program and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, hopefully it'll go to some kind of good use. And
Yeah.
I hate to see them go to waste, but it is what it is. Actually, I gave all the meat on this one away just because an old deer, and I had a friend of mine that was looking for some deer meat, so I'm like, this would be a good one for you to take, man. He's an old deer, but I don't know if he's any good. So he said y'all deal with this a lot?
Yeah,
Kind of a common
time
thing.
of year.
So,
Like, it's pretty common.
what would you say is like the best way? I guess obviously is check your license every time you go in the woods,
Yeah.
right? Make sure you're up to date on everything, which that's an easy mistake for somebody to make. Is you rely. I've had my license on auto renew for 5 years. You know what I mean? Like I just never thought about it, and then the card that I had on file had expired like a couple months before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well it just happens, but like. I think buying a lifetime license would be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So that way you don't have to
still
worry
got to get those tags.
Yeah, still got to get the
harvest
harvest record. Yeah. But you don't have to worry about the actual license
That's
being
right.
expired,
You're
right?
good to go.
Yeah.
Technically, every time you were in the woods hunting,
Yeah.
it's
Check.
these events,
Yeah.
same violation.
Yeah,
Under that license, under
Yeah.
that big game license.
Yeah.
We're not going to go that extreme with it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
Being honest,
Yeah.
forthright. If you don't talk to us, and that's certainly you're right. The only option it leaves us is to take warrants.
Yeah, take it. Yeah.
We'd rather not go there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do occasionally though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was probably the biggest mistake I made here is just thinking that like they'll think it's okay. You know what I mean? Like I should have thought of it more on a legal standpoint. Of, okay, I technically killed that deer without a license.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't mean to do it, obviously, but it's just something that happens. I guess it's sucks, but so eventually, like let's just say y'all take them, can't get them back. Is he y'all mount them or like what is that?
Sometimes I've seen them used for decoys
Okay.
from time to time. If we've got tax
Different Euro mount type thing.
help us.
Yeah.
Put that to use.
Yeah.
Big specimens, they're mounted, they'll go in the offices
Okay.
a lot of times.
Yeah.
Talking about the case,
The case,
and
yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But you run out of room for all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah. I imagine. So, what is this the region you work here?
Yeah, I supervise Fanning Union, Lincoln, Dawson.
Okay,
Towns.
gotcha. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming out. I just wanted to talk to somebody else about it and kind of figure out what my case was looking like. Obviously, I guess if it's so it's pretty black and white. If it's an illegal kill without a license, you have to take the deer no matter what.
Yeah.
Right? There's no way
We
around
typically
that.
do that.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the wildest thing you've seen this season?
Not been too crazy this season. A lot of license violations, more this year than we typically see,
Yeah.
things like. People come out of the woods with a deer, don't have a license.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean, I can't say anything because that's
nothing
obviously
crazy.
probably a pretty easy mistake to make just because, I don't know, I just feel like in my case, I usually check my license once a year, right? Like before I go in the woods, first of the year, I'm like, all right, I'm good through whatever date. And then by the time that date rolls around, you kind of forget about it, and you're like relying on the auto renew.
It happens.
Yeah, so-
we understand that.
But with the lifetime license, all I got to do now is just get the harvest record every year, and that's pretty much it.
Harvesting your migratory bird,
Okay, yeah, the stamp.
the license
Yeah.
there, which is free
Okay.
for a lifetime.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just how they keep numbers. They ask
So they know how many people are dove hunting or whatever. Yeah.
There's 5 or 6 questions they ask.
Yeah.
Number of,
Did you hunt?
Did you hunt?
Whatever.
doves,
Yeah. Yeah.
Woodcock. How many did you kill? Number of days. Stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's just their kind of survey.
Yeah.
Look at season stats.
Do you know how much the fine is for this?
I don't. We work with we work with five different counties.
Okay.
And
Each county's a little
they're
different.
all those are county set fines.
Yeah.
State don't set fines.
Okay.
They're all misdemeanors.
So I'll have to go to Union County, right?
Yeah.
For court on
What
this.
you want to do is you'll leave you the number.
Yeah.
You could call up there. We set these several months out.
Okay. Yeah. So it's
You
fine.
can call up there, see what the fine's going to be.
Okay.
And if you want to take care of it, you can do that. Or if you want to dispute the charge, you would show up on the court date that will be assigned.
Yeah.
And you'll submit a plea.
Yeah.
Then they'll set another court date, and we'll hash it out.
Okay.
on the judge.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is I just don't want this on my record forever if I can help it. Just because I try to do everything by the book, and maybe get checked once or twice a year, just out and about. I'm on a lot of public land, so I see a lot of wardens. I just don't want to look bad on me, long term.
It's not anything that pops up right out the gate.
And then I'm going to cut you a little bit of slack today, okay? I'm going to give you a ticket for hunting without big game and then a warning for without a license, okay? So this is the citation right here. It's going to be at Union County Probate Court. That's the address. And they give them probably till after the new year. I don't know who's all going to be in office. You can pay it online or call that number and pay it on the phone. And then that 706 number is the ladies in the office. They'll answer any questions that you have. So make sure you pay it or take care of it. Show up at court before that day arrest. Issue a warrant out for your arrest. So that's the ticket. There's the warning. And then this is going to be your copy of the property receipt. So that's all yours.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And then you don't have to sign anything on that. So over here, I just need you to sign right here, saying that I'm taking the deer. And then same thing with this one. It's just a chain of custody. So you'll print your name here and sign right there. Just says I'm taking it.
Got it. Yeah, I think I've met you a couple times up Dawson Forest.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
I was wondering when you said Miller, I didn't know what your first name was, but
Did you kill the bear during one of those hunts up there?
yeah, on the first rifle hunt up there.
Nice. Was it pretty big?
No, it was probably 250-ish, I'd say. Yeah, he wasn't huge, but he's a decent sized bear.
Okay, yeah.
So I keep all this.
Yep, that's all yours. And then they'll probably ask you what that number is when you call or try to pay it online. That's the number you'll type in, that R number. Cool. You got any questions for us?
No, I think I pretty much asked all the questions. Just see if there's any way to get it back or whatever. But that's probably not. But
it's
possible, I guess.
It is, depending on the judge and all that good stuff.
Okay. Andrew, did you ask him about the thumbnail for the video?
Yeah, if we can get a picture of him against the truck.
Yeah, can you put me in handcuffs for this video? Yeah, I mean, I think they were very nice. Thankfully, they were pretty cool about it, and
I mean, they're bound by law to do a certain way.
Yeah, they have to do business a certain way, and just is what it is. So I'll go to court. I'll call and figure out what my court date is. Go to court. I'll submit all the paperwork that I have that can show that it was an honest mistake, and maybe eventually the DNR will. Or maybe the judge will allow me to get the deer back. But he did say it wasn't something that's going to be held against me in the future or anything. So hopefully that's not the case. And it's lessons learned. Like I said, I bought my lifetime license now, so I don't ever have to worry about this happening again. And sucks, but I mean, could have been worse.
Completely honest mistake, and hopefully this video saves somebody else.
Yeah, hopefully this video, because he did say this happens a lot, and he said it happens way more than you think. With people that their auto renew fails to go through, they don't check it. So guys, if this happens to you, make sure just every time you go in the woods, if you got a lifetime license, that's different because you don't have to worry about it, but you still need to make sure you have your harvest record. But every time you go in the woods, make sure you check your license and make sure it's valid, make sure you've got everything that needs to be there, check in on the WMA, all that kind of stuff, because that guy just told me that the amount of people that come out of the woods with no license is a crazy, astronomical number. So just be sure that you're, checking that kind of stuff, because I don't want you guys, because that could have easily been the biggest deer I ever killed, and I just had to watch it leave in the DNR truck. You know what I mean? And not that deer is any less than any other deer I've killed, but it would hurt a whole lot more if that was a 140-inch deer that I killed on public land. That was my first national forest buck, which was a little upsetting, but I got lots of pictures of him, got the memory of the hunt and all that kind of stuff. So it is what it is, and we'll roll on to next year and be pretty much done hunting this year. I got a couple doe tags left I'm going to try to fill with Andrew with the recurve, and pretty much it. All right, so literally 5 minutes after the DNR left with the deer in their truck, we're inside talking. Andrew's about to leave, and I get a call from Warden Miller, and she's like, "Hey, it's your real lucky day." She's like, "We don't have enough freezer space, so they're going to give you your deer back, and you get to keep it." So I think it was just a mixture of, we had a lot of conversation with them while they're here. I think they honestly knew that it was just a 100% honest mistake, and I'm sure other people make an honest mistake like this, and I think they had a conversation because she had her supervisor here. He was super cool. So I feel like it was maybe, a mixture of maybe they really didn't have freezer space, but also they just decided that, like, hey, let the guy keep his deer. So hopefully that's the case. But we got him back. So Andrew's going to take him home, cape him out, and get ready to mount him next year whenever he gets done with taxidermy school, and get to keep him. So I'm pretty excited about that, just because I really like this deer. Like, he was super cool, just a really unique deer. So he had a very unique cape that you wouldn't really be able to get anywhere else. So it's a good day. Still got to pay the fines. I'm still going to go to court, try to fight it, just because I don't want it on my record. So I'm going to try to get the judge to drop the charge completely, hopefully, and I'll pay the fines and be done with it. So that's it, and we'll see you guys on the next video.